Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So, sorry for the noise in the background. I just wanted to tell you guys or show you guys a little bit of what I do on the side other than life coaching. I love interviewing other people with amazing stories and playing them on my Facebook. I've met so many awesome people doing this, and so I want to share my latest interview with Spencer, who also has spastic cerebral palsy. So right after this quick intro, we'll jump into the video. Okay, hey guys, welcome to our dance. It's me, Val Lawrence, and I have my friend Spencer on the line, and I'm so excited. We actually met through LinkedIn from a really great friend of mine. And Spencer has spastic cerebral palsy, correct?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. So I wanted to bring him on so we could kind of share stories and get to know people. Basically, this is a very laid back, just safe zone for us to chat. So I wanted to ask, so you were telling me earlier that you were diagnosed with CP at the age of 3.
I was.
So what kind of led up to that, to testings and so forth?
Can you repeat that?
Of course. So what led up to being diagnosed with CP? Like, was there milestones that weren't being met as a child or as a baby?
Oh, yes. There was no milestones at all. I was basically diagnosed at age 3. At the time, I couldn't speak or walk. And I did some sign language to be able to communicate with my parents. And then I started to walk at age 4. And then from there, I just had a lot of treatments, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy.
You're doing amazing. So walking, you walk without assistance, right?
Correct.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Thank you. My right side pretty much does all the heavy lifting when I walk.
Very good. And then, so you used to work in the food industry, and now you're actually going to be starting a new job. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm very excited about my new job. It's going to be in sales. It's a business-to-business sales job. I'll be selling office and medical supplies.
That is so awesome that you're going to actually have a job. What a blessing, especially through these hard times. So I know that with CP, our respiratory is not the best, and immune system and things of that nature. How is Corona affecting your lifestyle?
With working, I'm not currently working for one. And then on a daily basis, I tend to go to the gym, which that's helped me back somewhat, but I've figured out a way to do some home exercises during this time, but I just enjoy going to the gym at least 5 to 6 days a week. And with coronavirus, that's just been a very difficult situation for me to handle.
Yeah. It's cramping our style, definitely. So can you share with us maybe an obstacle that you have overcome living with CP, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. Growing up as a kid, I was very positive, and I had a very good outlook in my life. But I held
from Google Chrome.
Sorry, my computer.
It's okay. I held a lot of stuff inside that I carried with me that that was challenging because I didn't fully accept my CP, and that was one obstacle that I had to face as a kid. I felt disconnected with everyone, no matter how social I was and how many friends I had. I just felt disconnected because no one fully understood what I was going through. And then as I got older, I fully realized that I should look at my strengths and my abilities with having CP instead of looking at the negatives about my CP. And I fully embraced all my strengths. And today I'm putting my strengths into becoming a motivational speaker and to get my message out.
I think that's amazing. I think that the things that you have overcome is something that I know I had challenges myself as far as like image and things like that. And it is hard, even if you have the best support system, to really accept yourself being so different. So I admire that about you. I think that's amazing that you've come full circle and now you're going to be a motivational speaker, which is huge. That's a big deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. And you're going to help so many people. It took me, like I said, a long time to be comfortable in my own skin. I wanted to be like everybody else. But always keep in mind, just because somebody can walk does not mean their life is perfect or that they're any better than us or anything like that. So I definitely admire you being so brave. I think it's amazing.
Thank you so much, Valerie. I appreciate it.
Of course. And so also, the last time we chatted, you were talking about this awesome device that it's almost like a replacement from the horrible AFOs that we've all gone through.
Yes.
AFOs, right? So I looked up the device. It's amazing. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about what we were chatting about?
Yes. Basically, it's a smaller version of a brace. It goes around your calf, and then it stimulates your muscle to your foot to be able to move up and down. And it learns how you walk. As you know, when we walk, we scrape our legs and drag our foot. So it learns how we walk, and then it prevents it to drag on the floor, and then prevents falling down as well. And this device has the potential of being able to do certain activities that you weren't able to do, or maybe it was just more difficult to do that activity. And I had the opportunity to test the device as well, and it was a true success.
That is amazing. Yeah, I checked it out, and I actually have an appointment on the 20th to also try out the device.
That's awesome.
You just reminded me I need to email them back, but I am really excited. I watched a lot of the testimonies, and the amazing thing is it's not just for people with CP, it's for people with drop foot, which is common with MS, strokes. It's helped so many people. So I think that's amazing.
Yes, it truly is.
And
from back in the day, from wearing braces to this device is truly amazing.
It is. It's a lot more fashionable. You don't have to wear 1,000 size shoes bigger than your foot, and
Right.
allows you to move your foot. You're not locked in one place. So I
Yeah.
thank you for that information. It's called, I apologize, what is it called?
It's called the L300 foot drop.
Yeah. So anybody out there, like I said, it's not just for CP. It's for MS, and it gives you, I know that when I walk around, I'm exhausted because I'm constantly trying to remember, pick up my feet, move my leg this way, do this, because with CP, it's a brain injury, and it's things that we must think about while we move. So
Yes.
to have that is amazing.
When I tested it, I walked up a few steps to
Wow.
see how well I can manage walking up the stairs, and it was an incredible improvement. Without the device, I managed to walk up the stairs over 12 seconds, and then with the device, it was 7 seconds
Wow.
to go up and down the stairs.
That is amazing. That is so awesome. Yeah. I'm excited. And like I said, yeah, if anybody out there, if your child or if you, I mean, it's a pretty cool device. It is a little bit pricey, but they do work with you. So there's plenty of options to try to make it good for you. Cause I know that, things are hard. And that's why Trey and I started our nonprofit, because we want to definitely get involved with helping people like that. Because as we know, not all medical equipment is under insurance, and a lot of things you must pay for out of pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is so cool. And so let's see, can you tell me a little bit or share with us a little bit about your childhood growing up?
Yes. As a kid, I was very, very, very determined and independent. No matter what, I didn't want anyone's help to do anything. I wanted to figure it out by myself, no matter what. And then, growing up, I used to fall down countless of times, and what that taught me was to always keep getting back up and moving forward, because that's how you have to look at it in life too. Is no matter if you fail at something, you have to keep getting back up, trying again until you figure out a way to achieve that goal. And that's the one thing that I came to realize is falling down as a child to now. I take that as a positive.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that a lot of times when we hear, you get an L, you think of a loss, but it's actually a lesson, and you can always grow from it. And it is exhausting when we fall. We have to, okay, let's get it back together. It's exhausting getting dressed sometimes, but again, I admire you, and I can feel your positivity just pouring through, and I think that's amazing. It helps. It helps kids that are younger than us, younger than me, kind of avoid the sadness that we went through. It's okay to be different. It's okay.
Right.
It's
exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I didn't want to cut you off. I apologize. So for your motivational speaking, what type of audience, or not what type, who do you want to speak to? Is it just going to be people with CP? What exactly, what area, what is your niche?
In the beginning, I want to focus on the disability community, and then branch out to everyone.
That's amazing. Keep it inclusive.
Yes.
Awesome.
Because,
go ahead.
Yes. basically, I want to let the audience know, no matter what challenge or obstacle that you may have, there's always a way to get past that and achieve that goal of yours, no matter what.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I think that you will help encourage a lot of people. I know you've encouraged me, and I know that the people watching now are encouraged as well. So now, driving, you said your CP is only affected on one side. So
Yes.
are you able to drive and operate the vehicle without hand controls, things like that?
Yes, I'm fully capable of driving without the assistance of.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Well, I love that. And so, what type of social media platforms are you on? Where can people find you?
I'm currently on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And Twitter. Oh, wow. I know. I don't know how to do Twitter at all. That's one account I like. I think I have like 3 or 4 accounts on there, and I'm like, I don't even, I don't even know the last time I posted. That's amazing. So, where are you located?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. So do you plan on doing your speeches directly just in Cleveland, or are you going to try to travel?
My goal is to travel, but in the beginning, yes. But in the beginning, I want to speak locally and then branch out as I get better and well known.
Yeah, I think you're going to do amazing. Now, Cleveland, it's so cold out there, or it can. So how does that affect your CP? Because I live in Phoenix and I hate to be cold. I get so stiff. How does that affect you?
Well, I grew up here, so the cold I'm used to, but every year I ask myself, why do I live here again? Because it's just so cold every winter.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I don't like is when it gets cold, especially when it's icy. I don't have the best balance, so it's easier for me to fall down and injure myself. That's the one thing that I don't like about the winter.
Have you ever hurt yourself, like to where you've broken or sprained your leg or anything like that due to the ice?
I've never broken a bone.
Okay.
But I've fallen so many times that landed me in the ER.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow.
It's okay.
You're physically way stronger than me. I use crutches and I'm terrified to even walk on the tile because when I put my crutch down, then it slides. And I've had a hip replacement. Have you had a hip replacement or anything like that?
I have not.
You had the rhizotomy though, correct, on your spine?
Yes, I did.
And how did that help improve your way of life?
Supposedly, from my parents, they said it did help, but we're not 100% sure if it had a effect or not. But it was just a very good thing for me to have the surgery instead of not having it.
Yeah, I know that when I got the rhizotomy, I was much younger. I think I was around 12, and I was very stiff prior to it. I would just stiffen up, and it did change. It changed my life for the better. The hip replacement, I still struggle with. It's definitely not. I hate it. I don't think I should have done it, but it is what it is. Now, Botox, I like to talk about a lot. I just did my Botox. It's been, I think, on my legs, guys. It's been, I think, close to 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I haven't noticed a huge difference, only because I had a few units done. Now, you were explaining to me when you did it, you did not enjoy it at all.
That's correct. I was only 9 years old when I had my first Botox injection, and they injected Botox 9 times into my calf, and I strictly remember it being the most painful thing that I've ever went through. And from there, that was the only time that I put myself through that.
You would not try it again?
Maybe since I'm older now, possibly I would give it another chance. But that memory is so ingrained in my mind that I'm trying to not do that again. But if I ever want to try that again in the future, I might be open to that.
Yeah, so my experience with it, I wasn't in too much pain. I mean, it definitely didn't feel the greatest, but I'm going to go back again to see if I do a little more units. The only thing about me with Botox is I depend on my stiffness to hold me up. So they don't want to do too much, but then doing such a little amount hasn't helped me enough to where I even noticed anything. So I always like to ask people about their experience with Botox in their legs, because I think with CP, there's never the exact same case with anybody. Everything is so different.
Yeah, that's the one thing I find interesting is every CP person is different and unique in their own way.
I agree. And then they also, I mean, I've been told several times, CP is not progressive, but I beg to differ. I feel like the older I get, the harder it is. Now, how do you feel about? Do you feel like it's progress as far as getting more tired? You're young, you don't have children, right? So you didn't have, you didn't carry kids. So of course it's a little bit different. But after I had my children, and I'm older, I'm 37. So after I had my children and stuff, I could feel my energy is not as I'm definitely not as strong as I physically used to be. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I have a lot of energy during the day, and then slowly during the night I get more tired. My body just is more exhausted as the day goes on, but for the most part my energy level is great.
That's amazing. Now, do you have pain throughout the day or anything like that?
I don't. Typically, if I ever have pain, it's due to overworking my left side. Especially if I run, it totally affects my left side because my foot isn't extra strong, so it's more perceptible to being more have more pain to it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I work my right side a lot more because I have a leg difference. Do you have that, or is everything pretty aligned?
It's pretty aligned, but as I mentioned, my right side does the majority of the work.
Yeah.
So my left side isn't fully developed with the muscle, and
that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I am so happy that we got to chat and that we were introduced. It's so nice to relate to somebody. And I think that, as we both mentioned, it was hard to accept when we were younger. And now that we're adults and we realize we are perfect the way we are, it's nice to be able to relate to such an amazing community. It really is awesome.
Yes, it is. And as I mentioned, I shared my story on that Cerebral Palsy Strong Instagram, and I've met some incredible people through that page.
That's awesome. That is so cool. So when people are looking for you, what is your Instagram name?
It's Spencer.Hababney. So basically my first and last name.
First and last name. And is that how we find you on Facebook? Everything across the board, LinkedIn, Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if people have questions, are you open to Messenger, to chat, or is that all?
Yes, I'm fully open-minded to speak to anyone that has any questions, or if they just want to talk it or vent or anything that's going on in your life. I will listen.
Oh, that is amazing. All right, guys. Well, I thank you so much. And of course, you can always find me through our nonprofit website, thrivingwithcp.org. And please continue to help small businesses. Like I said, we would love to build with the community. So there's a donation page there if you're interested. And I am also a life coach if you would like to chat. So this has been an awesome session, interview, whatever, chat, however you want to call it. And I truly appreciate you being on today.
Thank you so much, Valerie. It's been a pleasure to be on your show.
Thanks, and we'll stay in touch. And thank you guys again. Talk to you soon.
Bye.